Welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be covering how to use a reference in Procreate. Before we get started, I know a lot of you are new to Procreate and transitioning from traditional art. I know Procreate can be overwhelming sometimes, so I did create a free mini course that walks you through the features of Procreate and its interface. So it's perfect for beginners and whoever needs a little extra help before diving into my tutorials. You can access the link in the description below. So I just want to go in to show you how I practice drawing portraits in Procreate using a reference. So this is a great guide for anybody who's starting to draw portraits or just trying to learn proportions and drawing while also using Procreate. So what you can start off with doing is importing the image that you're wanting to recreate in Procreate as a layer. And then you're going to want to create an additional layer on top of that, which you can take your brush, any brush that you would like, and start drawing these lines across the body. So just follow along with me or just take note of where I'm actually intersecting some of these lines. And what I want to do after I draw these lines on this image, I want to go to the original layer, which is the parent layer, which is the actual portrait of this girl here, and take the opacity down so we can see these lines a bit better. So now that we've brought the opacity down, we can see these lines a lot better, and just continue to draw these shapes on the portrait that you're drawing. So this looks perfect. Next, what I want you to do is take a screenshot of this, and we're just going to bring the canvas down so it's just pulling on the actual image itself. So this will be saved to my photos. Now, what I want you to do is go to your reference tool in your actions under Canvas, turn that on. And then I want you to click the image button, because if we just use the canvas, it will actually just show us what we're drawing. We don't want to use that. Otherwise, this would be good. But instead, we're going to take that underlying image away. We're going to go to the image portion of the reference tool and import the screenshot that we just took. So now we have this reference image, but we still have the lines that we were just working with. And I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller if it wants to cooperate with me. I need to do it from the bottom. There we go. So now it gives us some insight into where we want to start creating our lines. So we're going to make another layer underneath our line layer, and we're actually going to minimize these lines as well, just so that we can still see them, but they don't need to be overly obvious. So now we actually go in and we are going to make sure that we're on the new layer that doesn't have our existing lines on it. Again, choose a brush of your choice that you like to sketch with. And I'm using my Inktober for my blending brush pack. If you have access to my description as well, you can also access my blending brush pack there too. So essentially, I'm just trying to follow along on these lines of this portrait and try to essentially distinguish where her arm actually starts and finishes from the side profile, like so, but I'm using the lines that are both now in my reference image and also the lines that I have diluted on my actual page itself, which makes it so much easier to start drawing out this portrait. Great. So now after we've done our drawing and we've gone through, we can now see what our image looks like. We're going to take those additional lines away, and this is our rough draft or a rough sketch of our original portrait, our first portrait. So a great way for you to also practice is to not get rid of that original image that we originally put in before even creating those, first set of lines on the drawing. And the reason I say that is that as soon as we go back to our layer and we actually turn on our old image just to see how it compares. So we'll go in and turn that on. Now, as you can see, there's definitely some areas that I missed, right? I mean, for the most part, it's pretty spot on, but I would say that there's some areas like near her head, for example, there's a spacing there. I had that off. Also down here, her body is slightly to the left. So we would want to adjust that, and also her arm and things like that. So it's a great way for you to be able to go in and start picking apart some of the areas that you've missed and be able to adjust those accordingly. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful today. Please leave any comments below or any tips that you've learned through drawing portraits in Procreate as well. If you found this tutorial useful, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly content. Thank you so much. Bye.